Hey everyone, welcome back to East Vineland, New Jersey. We're back here on Kubota Farm. We're in September still. I think we are still working on our barley planting contract over here. I've got a course play going here, so that one's just kind of chugging along in the background. Let's see where we are here. We're at 59% there, so he or she, yeah, she's doing a good job getting us taken care of there. And then back here on the farm, looks like we're ready for another cutting here on our grass field. So we might as well get that going. And I think our sheep need some food as well. Let's take a look here. Yeah, they could use a refill. So we'll look and see what we can get for the sheep. Our pigs are in pretty good shape, but sheep need some grass. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Monday, start of the week. Mondays can always be hit and miss, at least for me. But hopefully your weekend was good. And if it was a holiday, long holiday weekend, well, welcome back to reality. Back to reality. But we're in the home stretch for Christmas and New Year's. And we'll be having some time off for that too. So that'll be kind of nice, won't it? Let's take a look at what we have here. So we need to load a course. I always forget. My brain takes a hiatus. Because I have I've got a mowing course here for this thing. First waypoint, I guess, is it considered a temporary course? Did I not save, like permanently save this course? Well, that's interesting. I didn't save this course. I think we should, right? Let's create a new folder. I don't really know what to call this field, though, because it doesn't have a field number. Do we just call it grass field, maybe? I'm surprised I didn't save this course earlier. And then we want to save a course. And we want this to be, I don't know, Kubota mower. Say okay. And I think that's it, right? Kubota mower. Yeah. And if we look at the course, maybe I didn't save it because I was thinking I might make some alterations to it. I don't know. It does a pretty good job. I come back and I get a couple extra cuts out of it on the sides, but overall, I think it's set up as good as it's going to get right now. Let's go ahead and do first waypoint, and let's kick him off. You gonna go for me? You are, right? Where's our starting point? It's over there. I'm not sure. Is he gonna reverse all the way to the start? Well, that's interesting. I don't know if I've seen. Huh. I don't know if I've seen course play do that before. Reverse to the starting point. Hey, I trust you, course play. Whatever you want to do. Oh, but you know what? Let me cancel you for a sec. I'm a little bit concerned about, wide spreading. Whew, man, glad I didn't forget to change that. And I always forget, is it Control Y for swath dropping? That's what we want. Yeah, swath dropping. Okay. I don't think that's something you can set permanently on course play. So I think if you don't have it set up, yeah, I don't think that's a course play option, is it? To tell it to swath drop. I think it does exactly how you have your device set up. Well, we remembered, so no harm, no foul. Very, very good. I mean, we might as well continue to get cuttings off of this grass field because it's, it is free money. basically. I mean, the field is here. I guess we could plow in a field for crop, and maybe we might do that if we ever buy that field right there. Maybe we'll extend it through here. Boy, that'd be a big field, wouldn't it? That field, this middle part, and that field over there. That'd be nice. Maybe something we'll end up doing. But this keeps us in for grass if we need grass for our sheep, and always lets us, you know, have silage options if we want to make some silage, etc., etc. I like this mowing setup. It's quite nice. You all know, I've probably said it a few times, where I think this is one of the best looking tractor front and rear mowing setups you can have right here. Just sharp looking as all get out. And the Kubota does a really nice job with this mower setup. Couldn't be happier with that deal. Yeah, buddy. These are something else in real life too. I occasionally will see the county with a similar setup, but they usually have John Deere's. I don't know what they use for the mower brand. If it's John Deere, does John Deere make a front and rear mower setup like that? But it's usually a John Deere tractor, a communal, I guess they call them, tractor. I'll catch up to you for a second without getting hit. Yeah, it's good stuff. We've got pretty good field coverage, like I said. Normally, if I do it over again, I'd probably go a little bit closer over there to that field. I have a strip along there that I was kind of being a little bit conservative when I created this custom course play deal. But overall, I've been pretty happy with it. It does a pretty nice job, and we get pretty good yield. We get a pretty good yield out of this grass, all things considered, that it's just meadow grass and not really anything that we invest any money in as far as fertilizing or anything like that. We get a pretty good yield out of it. Well, all right, let's let him finish up, and we can tab over to our trailer. And we need to go pick up a little bit of grass for our sheep. See if we can get them fed up. I stopped by the pig pen earlier, and of course, I'm going to just start calling that one pig the Deuce, because I think that's all he does is drops deuces right there in the corner. In fact, I would credit that entire pile right there to this dude right here. I don't know what he's doing, but that's who I credit that pile to. He's kind of sniffing around. I think he's looking for a spot, aren't you? No? All right. Maybe he's camera shy. Usually not, though. He's usually more than willing to let us know that it's time to go. Let's see. I honestly don't know what we have left for 16,000. Yeah, we are going to need to get some more fresh grass. In fact, that's it for our fresh grass. So we'll have to remember to bring some over from our field over there, so we continue to have fresh grass for our sheep. Buying grass, I don't think it's very expensive if you had to. If you had to buy either loose grass or you could buy bales. I don't think it's particularly expensive, so I guess in worst case scenario, you could just buy some, you know, buy some grass for your sheep, but I guess if you don't have to, why do it? I'm gonna try to come in again at a bit of an angle so my trailer doesn't hit the roof like it likes to do. Let's try that. And oh no, no, I don't have it lined up very well. Well, let's change to our grain door. And do I need to back up some more now? Yeah, I do. It kind of kicked me out, didn't it? We'll back up to the grain door. And I've got my finger on the trigger when it hits that roof. Oh, it's not going to? Good deal. They should probably take all of this, I would think. Yeah, definitely should take all of this because we've got, our sheep pen is full, isn't it? Don't we have like 500 sheep in here? Oh yeah, they'll easily take all of this grass. Guess I can safely get out without worrying about it. How's our wool looking? We're gonna have a decent amount of wool, I think, by the time, what is it, April? March, January, February, March, April, is it that we sell wool typically? Wool is usually April. Yeah, April's our high, so we've got a few months to wait on that, but I think we'll have a decent amount of wool there for making some cash. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of anything, a correction to my Sunday video, if you watched it, I referred to our sunflower field contract as corn, and I kept saying, you know, that I've been wanting to harvest corn, and I had corn on my mind. I think later I realized it was sunflower, but if you heard me calling it corn, my apologies, because that's exactly what I was calling it, and so I wanted to let you know that, yeah, I realized that. It was after I recorded it, and it was a long video, and I was going to yank it and put up a notice on there, but it was a fairly long video. By the time it got uploaded to YouTube, I just really didn't have a time to, just looking at my frame rate, it just seems like it's a little bit slow right over in that area there. I don't know if that's what's causing that. Maybe it's drawn from that barn or what. Interesting. So our sheep are a little happier now. I think that will get them through, that'll get them through an extra few months. I think our pigs are still eating off the spoils from contracts that we've done, which is fine by us. That's kind of free food for them. We'll take a look at how our contract is doing. 74%, so getting very, very close. I did set this up, I think, if I remember right, with like 4 headlands. I went a little bit crazy on the headlands. Yeah, I did. Probably didn't need to do 4, but at the same time, why not? You know? And really with contracts, you don't have to have 100% of the field done. You can usually clear the contract before 100%. Is he not planting? He's just, okay. So he just wanted to reposition himself, I guess. Oh, maybe for the start of the first headland. Okay. So the first headland's on the inside, and then he's just going to work his way around to the outside, I guess. And I do like doing smooth corners or round corners. it's just much faster. If you can do sharp corners if you prefer, for sure. I mean, it's totally up to you and what you like. But with sharp corners, he does a lot more. Courseplay, I keep saying he. It's actually a she driving right now. But Courseplay will do a lot more starting and stopping to reposition themselves for sharp corners. And it does add a lot of time, so I just usually do round corners and call it good. And in fact, I think a trick I picked up and I've kind of gotten away from is I think you can kind of set your headlands, tool offset. I think there's a setting where you can tell it to kind of go over a certain amount, right, on the headlands. Isn't that right? I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I thought there was a setting where you could say, you know, I want you to distance, prefer custom fields, show info, actions, show courses, gameplay friendly HUD. Tool offsets, lower tools. That's right. You can do early and late on tools. I should probably change that to raise the tool late and lower the tool early. You know, I've always wondered why that is defaulted that way, because that almost seems like most people you would typically want it the other way around, where you would want the tool to be raised late instead of early. I don't know. Interesting. Only turning on the field, open HUD. So, of course, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I thought for sure there was an option for setting a percentage for how much you wanted to go over the headland or something like that. I'm curious about that. Maybe it's the version of Courseplay I'm running. I always try and run the latest Courseplay from GitHub. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say what they change on that as opposed to what's in the Giants mod hub, in-game mod hub. We can actually do that to help our frame rate a little bit, I suppose. And where are we sitting for percentage? 80%. Let's take an inside cab view at this thing. Get just a little peek at the tool in action. Always looks really good. Seeing each piece working individually, seeing how that suspension works on that thing. Got some dirt inside the Kubota. Got to get this thing cleaned out. It's looking kind of filthy. I wonder if tractors have. I've owned a few Jeeps in my life, and they usually have these plug holes, you know, that you can pull out. Excuse me. In the floorboards, and you just pull these plugs out so you can take a garden hose or whatever inside and wash out the Jeep's dirt. Or if you just get water in it and stuff like that, it lets the water drain. I was just curious if tractors have anything like that where you can let water drain out from underneath here. I also wonder how water resistant or, you know, they are on the inside with the electronics and stuff. I've never seen any farmers take a garden hose to the inside of their tractor, at least not newer tractors. But I do wonder, you know, if you did, I wonder if you'd be wrecking some of this stuff over here. Like, all of this stuff looks kind of vulnerable to moisture, but I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know if you could just take a garden hose to this thing, go to town. I don't think I'd take a high pressure washer to it, but be curious to find out how it would survive that. I have to believe it has to be some kind of, you know, it has to be rugged enough and durable enough to be able to put up with some water. Because that door opens, and I'm going to assume that door opens as well. Is that door on hinges? It looks the same almost as this door. You got the rear window that you can open. So I suppose it could rain inside the thing if you... Well, this doesn't have a sunroof that you open up. I wonder if you can get a Kubota with a sunroof. You know, you get the sunroof package from Kubota when you order them. And when you order a tractor, you know, I would think, maybe not on the Kubotas. I don't know what these Kubotas run in real life price-wise. Is the game fairly accurate on pricing with Kubotas? Where's our Kubota pack? Yeah, there's no way, right? I mean, there's no way. Is there? Is that possible? Maybe it is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I honestly, I don't know. I don't even know enough to say if I'm being ridiculous by saying that it's possible. But an M8 series, $162,000. I suppose that could be reasonable, right? Because I know that. Let's look at the large. When you get into these large tractors, I think these prices aren't too far off. Like, that doesn't surprise me at all that that's close to $500,000, 400 grand, and probably goes up considerably when you start tagging on some of the higher horsepower engines. But I think Giants does try to price out this equipment fairly accurately. Just over, I mean, think about that though, over $500,000. And it's so funny how you play this game so long that you look at these prices and you're just like, oh yeah, 489,000, you know, $500,000. But really think about that, like $500,000 investment in a combine that a farmer has to do. Do they ever own any of that equipment? Is it just on this permanent, you know, lease or payment plan? I mean, I don't know how you afford. You must be for the large farms that bring in some serious cash. Because I just don't know how you. Because I mean, a lot of those large farms, we're not talking one combine. We're talking, you know, 3, 4, 5 combines, possibly. Maybe not always brand new, but certainly at some point they were. He's actually doing a pretty good job in these round corners. Sometimes you'll see when I do the round corners, you kind of see kind of a slice that's missed. You know, every time he rounds the corner, a little bit of a slice gets missed. It's actually looking pretty good on this one. I'm going to look that up and see if I am in La La Land with that deal or not, because I could swear there was a setting. Whose dog is that? I honestly didn't think I had the Critters mod installed. You know what? I do have the Critters mod installed because there's... Yeah, I must have it installed. I thought I disabled it again, but I must have it installed. Just watching some work being done. I mean, I guess sometimes it's nice just to sit and watch the equipment and not, you know, have to run it, but just kind of sit back and watch the equipment work. And I've really grown to really like these Kubota tractors. I mean, I've always liked them, and that's kind of why I wanted to do a Kubota farm. But even more so after doing this series, what are we on, episode 55 or something like that? And just being around the Kubota equipment, I've really fallen for these Kubota tractors. I really, really like them. They've grown on me a lot more even than from the start. Orange has always been a color I've liked anyways. And I do like this Kubota orange. And they're just nice looking tractors, and I like the sound of them. And I do kind of wish we could get like a 300 horse Kubota. I think that'd be pretty sweet. You know, get up in the higher, larger engine range. So we could get a Kubota to maybe run some of the larger equipment that requires higher horsepower. I think that'd be pretty sweet to see, like a 350, 400 horsepower Kubota tractor with a big old Cummins inside, just just blowing black smoke out of the muffler, man. That would be fantastic. But they are a good looking tractor, no doubt. Throw a little blue, navy blue on there, and you've got the colors for my favorite NFL team. Even put the George Halas. Oh man, maybe I should get a Chicago Bears. Oh, Chicago Bears edition Kubota tractor. You get the George Halas logo, maybe like right on top there or on the fenders. I gotta wait till the Bears start winning again to be able to do that. So it might be a few. It might be a few years. I'm sure some of you have teams that you cheer for that have disappointed you on the regular. The Chicago Bears have done that for me this year. I've seen some promise, but oh well. As quickly as they give you promise, they take it away. That's for sure. I can always count on that. Let's go check. Let's go check on our mower. I think it's done. We can finish up a couple strips that need to be finished up that I usually go grab. I usually try and grab more grass. I think it's over here that I like to scoop up along here. I think we're allowed to go right up to the field line here, so why don't I back this thing up a little bit and we can unfold everything. I'm busy yapping, watching our contract getting done. I guess I could have been over here working, right? Fire up the front, lower the front, fire up the rear. Lower the rear. Oh yeah, we definitely get at least one more good swath along here, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna back off a little bit so I can see the edges a little bit better. It's getting a little bit mad at me along there. We should have all of this though, because we bought that other field. Let's go to the front and we can lift the front and kind of continue on the back. Lift the back and kind of cut it off right there is pretty good, I think. So that gives us that extra bit there. That's usually about what I do, is I just do that one side over there and come around. I don't worry too much about all this little bits and pieces here, because it's just not enough to worry about. At some point, if we get some extra cash and buying, we can buy that 82 Studios zero-turn mower, and that'd be fun to run around here on and get all this extra stuff here, especially if we just need some grass. We could actually stop worrying about stockpiling grass for our sheep, and we probably, whenever they need to eat, we could probably just run around here with the 0 turn, pick up enough grass to take over them and to keep them fed, would be my guess. Should we maybe wash? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's take care of our mower. Oh, there's something else, I guess. I don't know if any of you noticed this or not. I didn't point it out, and I should. Oh, boy, that's so close. Did I hit you? Oh, I think I just missed. This thing over here. I don't know if you noticed that I added that or not. I completely forgot to mention it like 2 episodes ago. And that's exactly, it's just a silage additive tank, or a silage additive filling station. It was a mod that came out last week. It's cheap. It's actually was really cheap to put down, I think. Let me look in our dealio here. Is it in containers? Tools? There it is right there. Pump for silage. Oh, it wasn't that cheap. Jeez, I thought it was cheaper than that. I must have been feeling good about spending our hard-earned money. Yeah, $5 grand. Plus, I'm sure we probably pay maintenance on it. And we're really not going to use it much right now, but I think eventually we will. And I kind of, when I put it down, I forgot we had this, but that's not going to last forever. Oh, that's right. I forgot we had some leftover bamboo. Poplar. Well, let's give our tools a quick wash. I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious about keeping our equipment clean. I think I'm a day late and $1 short on doing that, because if you look at paint costs are absolutely ridiculous. But supposedly, if you keep your stuff clean, I think it's also, does it only cut down on paint, or is it also repair? I have no idea. I forget if it's both or if it's just on paint or what. I think it's on both if you keep your equipment clean. The other thing I was curious about, and I'm going to have to test this, is it used to be when it rained, you'd get a free wash on your equipment and your tractors as long as they were, outside in the rain. Does FarmSim still do that? Do you still get a free wash when it rains? Let's go ahead and do repair. Well, that's $1. That's not bad. Tractor's 22. Mower 6. And of course 12 grand for paint. 9 grand for paint. So there's 21,000 plus another, we'll say 2. Yeah, $23,000 worth of paint. I don't think so. Not a chance. That's just silly. Not gonna happen. Do you guys paint? Do any of you paint your stuff like that, like on the regular? I don't know. Even I guess if you kept it up and didn't let it go, maybe it's a little bit more, acceptable. But I just cannot ever see paying that kind of money for paint jobs on this stuff. Almost $35,000 in paint on this thing. That's ridiculous. All right, let's go check out our. Oh yeah, looking good and done actually. You know what? I'm not going to make you do any more than you need to, so we can complete that contract. And that brings us up to 130, almost 133,000. Not too bad. I know we've kind of sat at that number before, but I did end up spending money on the poplar field and stuff, so that kind of helps bring back some of that cash. And I think that's also going to do it for this episode of Kubota Farm. So when we get together next, we'll have to finish up doing whatever we need to do over there in our grass field as far as baling or whatever it is we choose to do with that. And if there's no more contracts that come our way, we'll probably start moving through the winter months here pretty quickly. Yeah, we're probably not going to take our time getting through winter here. And let's get to... I'm kind of looking forward to get to January and February and stuff when we can start selling some of all this stuff that we've worked hard on and start bringing in some more bucks. So, hey, thanks everyone again for joining me. Have a great Monday, start of the week. And I will see you back here hopefully tomorrow morning. Once again, back here on East Vineland. So make sure you take care of yourselves. Most importantly, let's take care of each other. Leave a like if you like the video. I certainly appreciate it. And feel free to subscribe if you want. You guys all take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.